Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe and give us a huge thumbs up. Here are the materials we're gonna need. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do the border of these cloth, so I chose two different edges possibilities. I'm gonna use a 4mm and we're gonna start with the darkest color. We're gonna start by the center of this washcloth, and then from there you can choose what you want as the border. So we are going to start by doing a slip knot, and we are going to chain 30. By now, if you watch my Crochet 101 course, you're supposed to know how to do slip knots and chains, but I know a lot of you found me an absolute beginners. So if you have no idea how to do this and I'm doing it too fast on camera, I would suggest you go watch at least the absolute beginners video and then come back here so you will know how to do slip knots and chains and all the stitches I'm going to show you today. But for whoever knows how to do crochet, and then pause your video here and come back when you're ready. We are going to go to the second chain from the hook, and in that stitch you're going to work 2 stitches in one, which is 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet, US terminology, or double crochet and triple crochet if you are on the UK's terminology. Once you've done that, you're going to skip 1 stitch and you're going to go and do it again. You're going to do again the 2 stitches together on the next space, and this is what you're going to repeat all along all the chains that you've done. This is a standard washcloth. You can always extend this and make it a kitchen towel or even a bathroom towel, and as well you can make it smaller. So I'm not going to refer to the chains anymore as a number. We're just going to focus on doing the project, and then as I say, you can do more or less, depends what your desired project it's going to be at the end. So continue doing all of these stitches. I suggest you pause your video here and come back when you finish this row. On the last stitch you should have done only 1 single crochet, and this is how it should look right now, and we are ready to move to the next row. So for the next row we are going to chain 1 and turn, and since this is a square we're going to be turning every single row to work. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to start with a single crochet, again stitch in the first stitch, but you're only going to do it on the front loop. So you're going to do single crochets in there like that, and what you're going to do is you are going to do the stitches this time only on the what is right now your front loop. So you're going to do a full row of single crochets all the way down on every stitch that you have from the previous row. So pause your video here, do that, and I meet you once you're finished to show you how to continue the next row. For the next row and all the rows to come, we are going to chain 1 and we are going to skip the first one that we have, and we're going to go straight away to the next one doing the 2 stitches together like we did before, which remember was 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet on the same stitch, always remembering to start and finish our project with only 1 single crochet on it. This is US terminology. If you're in the UK, terminology will be 1 double crochet at the beginning, at the end, and 1 double crochet and treble crochet on every stitch around. You're going to repeat this across all the project however long you want it, and then what you're going to do is the second from the last row you're again going to do only front loop, 1 single crochet or double crochet, UK or US terminology, around, and then you're going to do the last one as you did the first one, which again was the 2 stitches together, and that will be the end of your project. I've done a total of 23 rows, but as I said, it all depends what you are creating here. You might need to do more or less rows, so keep working on them, and then once you have them ready and you're happy with the length, then come back and I'm going to show you how to do the border of this project. Well, by now you should have a cloth that looks this way, and what we're going to do now is we're going to create the border. This is absolutely optional. If you don't want to, you don't have to, you can just leave it as it is. But what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to add my yarn to the corner, and I like to twist the yarn like that because I'm about to work that first stitch and I want to make sure that my yarn is secure in there. Then on the same space, which is the corner, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 and then you are going to work a single crochet or UK double crochet on that corner. That corner is not yet finished, but then what we're gonna do is we're gonna chain one, we're gonna go to the next stage. I know on the width of the project is gonna be slightly harder to work than on the length, just because basically one of them is created with the chains and the other one is created with stitches, so one side will always be harder than another. But all what you have to do is chain one and single crochet on the next stitch, chain one and single crochet on the next stitch. When you reach the corner, you're gonna do one single crochet inside there, one chain and one single crochet on the same stitch to create a corner, so that will create a border. You need to repeat all of these as your second to last row, because this is not how we're gonna end it. We're gonna make a double border, so it will get more curvy and beautiful. But then again, if you do this and you feel happy, just I'm gonna show you how to do double border if that's what you want to. But keep going, as I say, is one single crochet or double crochet if you're on the UK, chain one, and in the next stitch again you work the same stitch and you just go along, except for the corners that, remember, you need to put 2 single crochets US terminology or 2 double crochets UK terminology and 1 chain in between. Continue working around, pause your video here, and I see you to do the last row together. This is how it should look by now. Then you have 2 options. You can either repeat the previous row and do single crochets and chain ones around, which is what I've done, to create a thicker and more shapy edge. But if you want it to be a little bit more flatter, I will suggest that only on the corners you do stitch plus chain plus stitch, and then the rest you're gonna do only the stitch. If you want to do like me and create something a little bit bigger and more movement around and a thicker edge, then you're gonna continue doing 1 stitch plus chain plus the stitch. And remember, we're doing UK double crochets or US single crochets, and then just continue working all the way around. Pause your video, and this is how does it look right now. I loved it. I think it's just the cutest thing ever, and thank you so much for watching.